it feels like a really bad day at the gym. That's what I am. So he will very slowly crawl himself out of bed, throw his two legs out, and like rub the knee that got hurt. But he'll grab like a little bit of like deep heat thing, the cream, and he'll apply some to his knee and to see if it makes it feel any better, because sometimes it can cause him achiness. See if that helps.
You'll go ahead and try to apply that, but it doesn't feel the way it normally feels. Normally, like when you apply the cream, you got the soothing sensation or whatever sensation you're supposed to feel, and it feels bland is the best way for me to describe it. It feels like there's no active ingredients. It's just there, not doing anything for you.
So he will stand up and he will just sort of roll his shoulders and like slap the knee brace on, so it's like two halves of a black circle, and he's got two of them, and he puts one above and below his knee, which activates this biotic field, which allows his leg to move without much pain or frustration. And he will go ahead and walk out the door. He will grab some pants, but that's about it.
Sure. You'll walk out the door, and it's eerily silent on the ship. Ships normally give off some sort of sound as they're going through space, but for some reason it's dead silence. But you can faintly hear, almost like the wind itself, even though there shouldn't be wind inside the ship, a drafty whisper. Voices. Maybe voices plural? Maybe?
It sounds a lot like what Dia said, wasn't it? Nathan?
Yeah.
This.
A lot like Dia said. Yes.
And Nathan's like, oh, fucking great. So he will, not wanting to like put it off, because he knows exactly what he's getting into here. He's just gonna walk towards the noise, the voices, wherever they are.
You're going to walk towards the voices down the hallway, and it'll start to grow louder and louder, and eventually you'll start to recognize the voice, and you hear, it sounds female, and it's speaking in a language. Roll either perception. I'll say perception. Roll a perception.
Okay. Let me pull up the
You
sheet.
can do it.
Let's hope so.
Okay.
I can't see that.
You don't understand what the person is saying, but the reason you don't understand what the person is saying is because it sounds Angaran.
So he hears this Angaran and he's like, that's unusual, but he will keep approaching it.
So you will approach it, and you will find yourself in the recreation, or what used to be like the recreation room, but it's like a twisted version of the recreation room. Like the pool table is gnarled and looks like hasn't been used in years. The spherical balls are all like ratty, worn out looking. And then the pool itself looks like this really like nasty, dark, viscousy, bubbly goop. That doesn't really look very therapeutic to get into at all. And in the middle of this pool is this figure, this reddish looking figure, silhouette in the shape of, not really sure what it's in the shape of, but this figure is speaking in this female voice in Angaran, but you still can't understand what it's saying.
Nathan will very slowly like approach the pool, but he will make sure that like the elevator pillar is between him and it. You know what I'm saying? And he'll like peek his head around it, and he'll just say, "What do you want from me?"
The figure says in a language you don't understand, "That's a weak kind." Samwangin Wang Qingdan Duan Xianglindo Saming Taizong. She's clearly like trying to point somewhere. And seems very desperate to communicate something to you, but the language barrier is just like
just in the way.
Is in the way.
Oh,
I'm gonna try and look what she's pointing at. What is she pointing at? What's she trying to point out?
You get a sense that well, roll a insight.
Okay.
Were you trying to ask me a question, Astra?
Oh yeah, because I told them both that I would look after them at night just in case something happened. Are they? Is he walking around the ship right now?
He will have, from your point of view, his body disappears.
Oh shit!
Like,
okay.
His body disappears.
Okay.
Like, one moment he was there, one moment he wasn't.
Ethan's gone. Does my Paragon bonus apply to this insight roll? Does my Paragon bonus apply to this insight roll?
Sure.
Okay. 16. Yeah.
Okay. You believe that this person is not necessarily pointing in a location specifically because whatever that person is pointing at is actually in that direction. You think that the person is trying to tell you to go somewhere. So it's not like go there specifically. It's just I need you to go somewhere, but she can't communicate to you where that somewhere is. And you're getting a sense of urgency, almost like she wants you to find something in that location, or she needs you to find something, or maybe something or someone in this location. But as hard as she can try, she can't tell you where it is exactly because of the language barrier.
So Nathan's gonna walk around the pillar and like sit down at the front of the elevator and just look at her. I can't understand what you want. You want me to look for something? Go somewhere? Find someone?
She will nod.
You want me to find someone?
She will nod.
Cassage?
She will, when you say Cassage's name, her eyes grow wide, and then very, very quickly, your fever breaks, and you find yourself in the recreation room again, the normal recreation room by the pool.
Fuck. Oh. Ugh. Oh, Jesus Christ. And he'll pull himself up to his feet. Guys, I'm in the rec room.
Gimmick, since you're awake and probably looking around for Nathan, you will hear that first. Because he was right in front of you while you were watching, and now he's not, and now he's in the recreation room.
Yeah, I was thinking that Gimmick would be at his room, like where he disappeared, and then go running to the recreation room.
Sure. Yep, you'll get there first. And Nathan's there. He's fine. He's fine.
He's fine.
Are you okay? What happened? You just poof.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, yeah, that was what Dia told me the nightmare would be like. I didn't see anybody trying to kill me though, so that's good.
Okay.
I saw a very twisted version of the ship, of course, like she did. I went into the rec room because I heard someone's voice. It was in Angara. I couldn't understand what she was saying. But I sat down and tried to talk with her. She wanted me to find Cassage.
Oh, okay. So we found him.
I said to her, you want me to look for something or someone? And she said yes. Well, she nodded her head. And then I said Cassage, and her eyes went wide, and I woke up in the rec room.
So how urgently did this look?
Very.
Okay, so do you think that well, Kasashi's dead?
I know, which makes this all the more awkward. At least we didn't kill him.
So, where is his Omnitool again?
With
Pip.
Alan.
Yeah. No, we left him with Alan
Oh,
to figure stuff out. Yeah, while we were away.
well, we are on the way to the Citadel. Maybe
You're like in Citadel. You're almost at the Citadel. Like,
can we call him and maybe I can try to connect to the Omnitool via the extranet or something like that? Maybe Vito has a better idea.
Yep, Vito's not in the rec room at all. So,
Well, would you be sleeping in the pool?
you know, that actually would make sense because Vito's not really sleeping in his bed all that much, so he was probably in the pool.
so maybe you're waking up now. You're waking up now.
Yeah.
Just he's just popping up like, what's all the commotion?
Oh, what are you doing there?
It helps me relax.
Oh, well, maybe that could help us, but we have some urgent things to do. Tell him, Nathan.
So I was in the nightmare world, whatever you want to call it, and when I was there, I was on the ship, as Dia said I would, and I was so I heard voices, right, as Dia said, and I didn't recognize the voice. I didn't recognize the language even, because when I came into the rec room, I saw a red lyrium figure, well, outline of an Angara. And she was trying to tell me to go find somebody, but I couldn't understand her because she was speaking in Angaran. And I basically sat down with her right there, and he points at like the front of the elevator and says, I asked her if she was trying to tell me to find somebody, and she nodded her head. And then I asked her and I said Cassage, and her eyes went wide, and my fever broke, and I woke up in the rec room.
Maybe she was just surprised you knew him.
Maybe. But it could also be the fact that, she wants to find Cassage and she can't. Maybe she's trying to contact his Omnitool and it's just not working or something. And maybe she reached out to me because, I don't know, maybe he mentioned me in a report back to them. I don't know. We don't know what he was doing.
True. But if she was in this other place, would it be safe to say that more Angara are in this other place?
Probably, yeah.
Maybe that's why we couldn't find their ship.
Wait, but their ship should still be there.
Cassage did mention cloaking. Like, he didn't say it was lost in a different dimension.
Oh,
So he could have been lying. Like, maybe he was.
well, maybe
If
we could
their
use
ship-
the Omnitool to track the spaceship.
Well, yeah. Remind me when we get to the Citadel to call Alan and ask what his situation is on that Omnitool, because we might need it soon.
Yeah, because I'm starting to think that they might be in that other place. We can't just go back to Ilium without the glasses.
Yeah. We gotta get there. We gotta get Jules on board and building the glasses, and then we gotta go visit Solaric and see what's going on there. And I've got a few different things I need to deal with as well.
Got the cure for the Revenophage too.
So, you guys will be able to get through the rest of the night without any issue. and you will arrive at the Citadel. And you guys want to go see Jules first, just to get him on board?
Yeah, that would probably
All
be
right.
the important thing.
You three, I don't know if you're bringing any other NPCs with you onto the Citadel. That's up to you.
I guess we just let them do what they want. They probably have stuff they want to do too.
All right, they'll go off and do whatever they want, and
Sure.
you guys will
No, sure leave.
shore leave. Yes. You guys will enter into Jules' shop, and Jules is just finishing up with a customer, and as soon as he's done with them, he goes over to you all and says, "You guys are back. How are things?"
Out of character, Vito's looking positively awkward. He's like, one can guess there's still a little awkwardness coming from Vito, probably about older events. But yeah.
So, you're one of the best jewelers in the galaxy, right?
I do pretty well for myself.
You're so humble. We have a job for you, if you'd be interested in it.
What do you propose?
Gimmick, could you get the stuff, please? I'm assuming one of those two are carrying it because,
Oh yeah.
makes more sense.
And Gimmick puts the crystal on top of the table. And
It's
the
in the-
blue one. No, Vito is taking the blue one.
Yeah.
Oh, you're showing in the blue one or the red one?
Oh.
Which
I
one are you
mean the
showing
red
him?
one, but I don't know if Vito wants to show him the blue one.
All right. Well, for right now, I'm going to deal with the red one. So you will place the red lyrium in front of Jules. He looks at it very curiously, and then he takes one of the I don't know what they're called, a loop or something along those lines.
Yeah.
The little right. It's an electronic sci-fi version of one though. So he looks through it, and he says, "This crystal has some fascinating properties."
Oh, don't touch it. Can you wear gloves or something?
Okay, so my first question, Jules. You aren't biotic, right?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
That crystal is incredibly dangerous.
Yes, I will definitely be careful with this. Is it? It's not radioactive, is it?
Not in the way you're thinking, no. It won't harm you or any non-biotics around.
I have ways though that I can put this work with this in a controlled environment. So he will be able to reach down into the storeroom. We'll go over to the storeroom. He comes up with something, and he's got this little device, and he places it down. It's just it looks like an iPad, kind of. It's flat. He puts it down, and then with some gloves, he takes the crystal, and he puts it on the iPad. It starts to levitate when he turns the iPad thing on. So the crystal starts to levitate, and then you start seeing these holographic looking walls like appear around the crystal. And then he then removes his gloves, does a little bit this with his hands, and then he puts his hands through the holographic walls. And as he puts his hands through the holographic walls, it's almost like the hologram stretches around his fingers, and that allows him to manipulate and touch the crystal. Almost like there's a pinpoint needle barrier between his fingertips and the actual crystal itself.
Okay.
Wow.
And then he'll be able to continue like looking through it.
You are resourceful.
I definitely want to study this as much as possible. Just by looking at it, its chemical makeup, the alignment of the atoms and electrons are. That doesn't seem to be natural.
It's not.
I know, right? It's like from another.
You really need to stop doing that, Gimmick.
Oh, okay.
From another.
1 second. And Nathan will go over, close the shop door, switch the sign over to closed, and then come back over. Sorry about that. It's from another dimension.
Okay, I will not ask a flood of questions right this moment, and I will humor you for that for a moment. If such a thing were possible, that would make sense why I'm seeing the alignment that I'm seeing right now. Something like this shouldn't even exist here. And I guess it's because it doesn't exist here.
Exactly my point. Well, it shouldn't exist here, but it does.
Is there anything specifically you want me to find out about this crystal? Is that why you brought this to me?
We want you to cut it into a pair of lenses so we can wear it as glasses.
Really?
Yes.
It's glasses.
Yep.
Trying to make a fashion statement, Nathan.
Trying to save a lot of people, Jules.
As far as we can tell, it has capabilities which could potentially save a lot of people. Yes, we can see something else with using it as
Something
lenses.
else?
Somewhere else, I guess.
The people who've been vanishing have been vanishing due to the crystal right in front of you. All of them are biotics, and while we can see through the crystal, it's not clear enough to make enough shapes and definition out. It's too impure, if you know, I suppose that would be the technical term, right? It's not clear enough for us to see what we need to see.
Well, looking at it as close as I am, it's going to be very tricky. I'm not going to lie to you. This material is brittle. It can break up very easily. Cutting it into a lens is going to be probably the most challenging thing I've ever done.
Ooh.
It's not no problem. This thing doesn't quite lend itself to be able to be cut into a lens. But I'm up for the challenge.
I knew you'd be. Which is why I have another question for you.
All right.
How would you like to see your handiwork firsthand? Come along with us.
I am curious about all of the venturing you've been doing around, and it would be really nice to see what you've done with the ship this whole time.
You're not going to like it. Just going to put it out there right now.
Yeah, I was afraid you'd say that.
Uh,
At the same time, should I close my shop for an indefinite period of time?
do you not have somebody who could take over from the shop for a while? You know, sell jewelry, such?
Yes, I do have other employees. Now that I mention it, I haven't really taken a vacation for quite some time.
I mean, hey, look at it this way. It's a pet project. It's a vacation. And at the end of the day, you get to save some people.
He thinks for a moment. Well, you drive a hard bargain, Nathan Callahan. But I think you got yourself a deal.
Yay.
Nathan will shake.
As long as I have a good place to work, then sure. I'll join your crew and see if I can make you these lenses.
It feels weird to welcome you aboard the crew of the Revolution, considering it's your ship, but there you go.
I guess I'll go ahead and start packing my things and get arrangements ready for me to be absent for... What do you think, a few days?
Months. Maybe, at most.
Oh.
I see.
Just put a bit of contingency in there in case this gets a bit longer than it should be. You know what I mean?
All right, well, at least give me the rest of the day to get my affairs together. I should be ready to go this evening.
You have a few days anyway. We're not going anywhere for a little while.
All right. Then in that case, I will make preparations.
Perfect. Contact me on this number, and the rest of us you can find on these. if you need to contact us about anything.
He will nod and will put the crystal away, and he says, "Well, if you excuse me, I should reopen my store. There's still other customers that I need to attend to."
Oh,
Didn't you mention something gimmick about glasses?
about what?
Oh yes,
Oh.
of course. My apologies. Your order has been completed.
Yay!
Remind me again, because I forgot what specifically you asked him to
Oh,
make.
well, it was a pair of red tinted glasses.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, what a yeah.
what a coincidence. So he will show you. They're not red lyrium, but they're ruby. He will show you. They were these beautiful ruby red looking
Ooh.
glasses. Was there a specific frame shape that you wanted out of
No.
your character?
They're like a gift for Pip. So
Okay.
I think they were like going to be colorful or something like that.
I also
But
think
Okay.
the good idea was like she gets like she doesn't like to see the place so drab and such. Maybe a pair of colored tinted glasses would make her like more happy.
Okay.
you also
Yeah.
paid like the most expensive price for them, so there's that too, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Oh, wait. Are you something like Batman or like Iron Man or something like that? Do you have like a secret persona or something like that?
Me?
I mean, that electronic thing you took recently was really advanced.
Well, it's something that I normally use when I have to use materials that are a little bit testy.
Oh, maybe you're like Batman and you didn't realize yet?
Who's Batman?
Oh, it's a comic character that. Yeah, okay. Thank you for
Oh, I'm not. I've never really gotten much into that sort of geek culture.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you would call me a geek.
Okay, so with that, he will. You guys will be on your way, and he will get his affairs set up. Is there anything else that you need to do for the rest of the day in the Citadel?
Vito's heading home.
So, do you want us to go with you, or do you want us to leave you be?
Maybe I could make dinner.
That would be nice.
Okay, so Vito's going home. Nathan, so as you know, just to remind people, there was the offer for a cure to the Revenophage that is available for pickup in the Citadel, like at there'll be like some sort of facility that you can pick up the cure at, like some sort of high-end pharmacy or something.
Yeah, actually, Vito might go grab that before heading home.
All right.
Like on the way.
Okay, we don't have to role play it. But you'll arrive, and it's actually something in it's an injectionable solution, and this is something. Unfortunately, it's a muscular injection, so you would have to injection into the buttocks area.
Hurts.
Unfortunately, you would have to inject it in there for every day before bed for the next 9 weeks. For the next 9 weeks, yes.
Okay.
Just remember, you alternate back and forth, from cheek to cheek. You alternate this night, the next night's in the other cheek.
That's gonna leave you pretty tender for a while.
Yeah. And for a Solarian, the needle is quite big by Solarian standards, so it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, Vito's just looking at the size of the thing, just.
Yeah, Nathan's not.
But anyway, there's enough doses for you and for Nathan.
Nathan's not taking
want-
it yet, so he's gonna
Okay.
wait for a while.
Also, Nathan, you will be informed that while you're at the Citadel, they are prepared to take care of your knee for you. If you want the knee taken care of. They can surgically I think they've been growing tissue to replace surgically the knee for you. Organic, a replacement. But artificial organic.
Artificially organic. Or artic- or organically artificial, depending on how you look at it.
Organically artificial, or however you want to put it
Yeah.
that way. As in, it's not a bionic knee. It's an organic knee, but they had to create it from
DNA from
Pigs.
kind of thing.
right.
I wouldn't
from a cell culture or whatever,
So,
tissue culture.
so that way it wouldn't be rejected, that sort of thing.
Correct.
Um,
Money, you spend a lot of money for it, but they can do the procedure, and it'll probably once you do the procedure, it's not going to be super long, but you probably will not want to do a lot of heavy physical activity for the next couple of days.
Yeah.
If you do the procedure.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a D100 and I'm going to see if the GBL have gone back to me yet. If it's above a 75, they haven't gotten back to me. So if it's a 75 or over, I can't get it, basically.
Fair enough.
It's an 8, so I can get it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
So Nathan's going to go and get that done while he has the time, since we're not going anywhere for a few days.
Sure. You can go ahead and get that procedure done. And again, save time because I do have a lot I want to get done today. We don't need to roleplay that, but you'll get the procedure done. And then, is Gimmick doing anything while these guys are doing all this stuff? Just out of curiosity.
Well, where is everyone else going? Like the NPCs and such?
Oh, that's a very good question. So, Zadrari is going to hit the bar. I'm going to say that Pip is going to go back to her shop.
Oh.
Just to make sure that everything is still intact. And then probably just relax a little bit at home for once because she hasn't been home in a while. And then Koalin is... I don't know if Koalin is necessarily going to tell anyone where he's going.
Oh,
okay. You can call him and find out where he's going.
Yeah.
I think he's just going to go off. And then Stan is just going to stay on the ship because it's probably better for him to just stay on the ship. So he's not going to leave the revolution. I think that's all the NPCs.
Oh, there are a bunch of things Gimmick would like to do, but I guess let's see. The few things that Gimmick would like to do would be give the glasses to Pip.
Yeah, we can roleplay that. So Gimmick, you are going to are you just going to follow Pip back to her place? Okay. So you will go back to Pip's home on the Citadel. And when you enter, she's just going to take a good breathe in. Oh, home, sweet home. Ah, I feel like I've just gotten back from a very long vacation. Although it wasn't really much of a vacation. This is our vacation from our adventure, I suppose. She's just gonna go and there's probably some mail that her neighbor was holding on for her. So, she's gonna just attend to all of those different affairs. And then she's going to say, what say we go ahead and make at least something nice for lunch? She goes to the fridge and says, I don't think we have very much left that I could whip up with, but maybe some canned food will do. So there's whatever the space version of SpaghettiOs is. She might make some of that. Space SpaghettiOs. But anyway, while she's cooking lunch, you have something to show her?
So, I don't know if you know this, but since I meet you all, thing is that I like you. I've been with you since the first moment, and you always were there for me, even from the start. I I understand that you were maybe scared at first because of what could happen, but even then, you still take care of me and give me a chance to still be here. And I'm really happy. And for that reason, I kind of look at you as if you were my mom.
Oh, that's that's so sweet. Oh, Gimmick, that is one of the nicest things, if not the nicest things that anybody's ever said to me. Um, I've never had kids of my own. I always thought about having them, but I was very career, I guess, focused on things with the toy shop and all that. So that's really means a lot to hear you say that, Gimmick. And yes, I'm so grateful that we've met each other because you really have. I really do see you as someone that I can rely on, and I'm glad that I was able to take care of you all this time, and I hope that I continue to in the future.
The same with me. I, well, I'm not really good with these feeling things, but I have a gift for you.
Oh, you shouldn't have. And what do you do?
The gimmick with like, I picture there is inside like a box, like a
Mhm.
3D box.
Sure.
Gimmick would put it on the table and drag it along the table towards where it's sitting and eating.
She looks at the box very excitedly and she starts to unbox it and open it. And then she will gasp, "Oh, they're beautiful." And she takes up the glasses and then she puts them on. Wow. This is so wild. I would think that when I put them on that everything would look very red, but no, it's only slightly tinted. Just a slightly tint of red. Oh my goodness, how do I look?
Wow, you look really nice. I think like they were made for you.
Really?
You should thank Shields when he comes to the ship.
Oh, I definitely will.
Yeah.
And they fit perfectly. They're comfortable and snug.
I'm so happy that you like it.
And I love the colors, she says as she takes them off and she like pushes her hand on the frame. It like sparkles in the light.
Oh, can I give you a hug?
Absolutely. And she will go in and give you a very, very tight hug. This is so nice, Gimmick. Thank you. You definitely have made, well, I think you've definitely made my month.
Yay! Also, I think your food is tasty. I'm sure that you would be really good cooking if you had better ingredients.
Yes, well, I don't know how long we're going to be hanging around here. I guess I could do some grocery shopping, but they might end up going bad if we have to leave again soon.
Would you really like to come with us in this maybe possibly totally dangerous adventure we are having?
Well, I think that we've gone through so much and we've seen so much and we've learned so much, and my goodness, between everything that went on in Tuchanka and Ilium and all these other places, just discovering these things and meeting these powerful people, it's been a great experience. I don't think that I would have had nearly that much excitement had I stayed here at the toy shop.
It's just that I don't know. I feel like it could be really dangerous. I mean, someone we know died, and
Yes, there was that. It definitely. I'm not saying that it's been completely bunnies and ponies the whole time, but. Well, what are you saying? Are you saying you don't want me to continue adventuring with you all?
Oh no, that's totally not. I I would like you to be safe, but it's not my choice to make. I just was wondering if maybe you prefer to stay here with at your place and maybe continue to have a happy life.
I don't know, I feel like we're so close to the end of this. It would be such a shame for me to quit now. Don't you think?
Yeah, when you put it like that, seems like a bad thing to quit midway. Hmm.
I just feel like if we're going to, if we're going to put a stop to all this, we should do it all together.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. It's yeah, it's better when you work as a group with others to get. Yeah, I told you something like that before.
I think so, yes. Wisely, too.
Okay.
Well, as long as you will still have me, I would really like to see this to the end.
And I'd be happy to have you at my side.
She will smile brightly and says, "What say we have some lunch?"
Ooh. Oh, do you people have like makeup or something like that?
I don't normally wear makeup. That's more Dia's thing. Makeup doesn't really go very well with my face because she's got feathers and stuff.
Ooh, well, maybe we could like go later shopping or something like that.
That's true. We've all gotten quite a bit a lot of credits. I think we could
Yeah.
probably put that money to good use.
I'm sure you would end up looking really nice. I like the way you look when you try to look like you.
That's very nice of you. Well, maybe after this we could go on a little bit of a shopping spree, and maybe we could buy a few things for yourself as well. Out of character, are you indie right now? I'm assuming you're
Yeah.
indie because you're not
In the
walking around the Citadel as a
yeah,
yeah.
I di- I didn't say or we didn't discuss if do they know that gimmick is different now, like a new shape form.
I'm going to. I mean, yeah. I mean, we kind of glazed over that,
Okay.
but I'm
Yeah,
assuming
everybody
there'll be a
knows.
conversation, and if you want, I mean, we can address it here actually, and she will say, "So how about you, gimmick? It looks like you've gone through a lot of changes. How
Yeah.
do you feel about that?"
What do you think? I and Gimmy will come out of the Indie's body and the robot will like sit on the sofa or something like that. I I think it suits me.
Well, I think it's part of you growing up. And
Oh,
if AIs can grow up,
what are you implying?
I think that what I'm implying is that as you gain more experiences, you naturally become more knowledgeable and therefore more mature because of it.
Oh,
We all
oh,
go through
okay.
it, organics especially.
I thought for a moment that you were saying something like I hit puberty or something like that. And I mean, I'm a robot. I can do that, right?
Well, I suppose in a way, I think you did. In a way. Your body went through some great changes, and now you have turned into a completely, well, the same person, just in a different frame.
Oh, wow, that's an interesting way to put it. Hmm.
So I guess this makes you a teenager by organic standards? A
I
teenager trapped in a sorry body.
Well, I hope it doesn't come with mood swings, but yeah, I guess it does.
We'll probably keep the mood swings with Stan.
Do you think that he would like this new form?
Uh, have you actually shown it to Stan? Out of character, we'll say you haven't showed it to Stan yet.
Okay. I mean, he likes indie, but I don't know if he likes gimmick.
Well, maybe you should talk to him about it. Now that, they are able to translate what Stan can say.
Oh, maybe I can wear like a red wig or something like that, like Black Widow. I think he
Black
likes
Widow?
it. Yeah,
Oh, is that a celebrity of some sort?
yeah, it's like Superwoman or something like that. Yeah.
You could try, sure.
Okay.
I'm sure when we go shopping, we might be able to find a wig of some sort you could wear.
Oh, that would be nice. Thank you, ma'am. I mean, Pip.
You can call me whatever you'd like.
Oh. Okay, ma'am. And we'll go and hire Pip.
Meanwhile, Vito, you will finally arrive at the front door of your house.
Yep.
And you can hear vacuuming inside the house. Whatever constitutes as vacuuming in the future.
Yeah. Vito's going to ring the door.
The vacuuming will stop. The door will open. Celeric will be right there, and he will gasp as soon as he sees you and says, "You're home! Vito!" And then he goes up to you and gives you a very tight hug.
Yeah, Vito's hugging back just as tightly.
Oh my goodness! This is so exciting! Come in, come in, come in!
It's been so long.
I know, it's been so long. I've missed you.
Me too.
I'm so glad that you've decided to come to your senses and decided to come here to stay.
For a couple of days at least.
For a couple of days. Oh. Oh, I thought you were here to stay.
I really wish I could. This time we're not on the phone. I'm going to talk for as long as I need to, okay? I'm not gonna hide anything from you. Just the truth.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
I mentioned that what I was doing was to figure out what happened to Trebia at first. And yeah, it kind of was. And then we figured out what it was, which is masses of dark energy, which in a way makes sense. And then we figured out that could happen again. Honestly, I can't stay home just thinking that every moment we spend together could be the last. I just want to make sure that it's done. That it's through, and that you and I and our kid can be happy. For as long as we can.
Well, it sounds like you made up your mind.
Yeah.
Well, he says as he breaks the silence. We are only here for a couple days. We might as well make the most of it, right? How about dinner?
I was about to say the same. Solaric,
Yes?
are you safe?
Me? Safe? It's kind of funny you asked me that. You're the one that's traveling around the galaxy and traveling to Tachanka and who knows where else you're traveling. I mean, I'm home. Just boring old Solaric doing his boring old things, working on boring old paperwork, just like usual.
Nothing you do can be boring, you know that.
Well, not everybody's really into history or any of this kind of artsy stuff either.
Is there anything new at the museum? Any interesting pieces?
Well, yes. We've gotten some very interesting pieces. Some of them are more secretive than others.
Okay. And do people know about those secretive pieces?
Well, Vito, they're secretive, so only certain people know about them. Why do you ask?
Would Jalon be one of them?
I have... Funny you mention his name. I had heard from Jalon recently, but it wasn't a very long conversation, and it's nothing that you have to worry about. I, of course, blew him off like I normally do. He was just nagging and wanting to get his hands on something in the museum, and I, of course, just refused because I don't trust the man farther than I can throw him.
Don't trust him either, but... I'm being honest here, okay? I know something's up. I know the way he acts.
Oh, he says, Augie contacted me, by the way, he says, quickly changing the subject. And I was really surprised to see how well he's been doing since, what happened to him back in Irune. He says hi, by the way, he says.
He brought the flowers for me to apologize, right? For the last phone call we've had.
He can sense that you're still, like worried about something. All right, okay. I didn't want to say anything to you because I didn't want you to get worried. And I didn't want you to get excited over nothing. Because it is nothing. We found something huge, very huge. And I really, you of all people, Vito, I would have told you instantly, but this was something that everybody at the museum wanted to keep a secret, at least for the time being. We weren't even supposed to tell any of our spouses, but there is something we found that Jaloon was really interested in, but I wasn't really planning on letting him have it. Something that whoever is in possession of it could make a huge name for themselves. I wanted to surprise you because this could really give us the funds that we needed, not only for our one kid, but maybe even more kids if we wanted them. But I didn't want to get your hopes up in case, well, it doesn't work out.
I know, so we ended up having to work with Binary Helix. I overheard things.
What exactly did you overhear?
I'm just as excited as you are, really.
So you...
Prothean. An actual Prothean.
But you didn't hear that from me. I didn't tell you.
I didn't hear that from you.
You didn't hear. I said nothing. So if any of my coworkers or colleagues find out, I was completely true to my word, to my promise of not telling anyone. You brought this up, though. You, Vito, brought this up. Let's just make this very clear. Oh, it is exciting, isn't it? Oh, as soon as I found out about it, I was jumping up and down and thinking, oh yes! After all this time, me, Solaric, boring old Solaric, has finally found something to put his name on the map.
Like, Vito's obviously looking happy, but there's the knowledge of what happened at Binary Helix that just... It doesn't show on his face. He's definitely happy, but I'm just... Can you imagine the kind of publicity it'll give the museum?
Yes, we'll be famous. Famous, Vito. We'll be able to afford everything we ever wanted. We'd be able to provide our family with everything we want. We don't even have to stay here in this hovel in the Citadel. We could buy our own asteroid and make our own mansion. That would be amazing.
I'd like a mansion.
Something that would, be suitable for, even Nathan's tastes.
Are you sure? There's nothing wrong with...
Well, as I said, Jalan's been very insistent and was offering us a lot of money for the stasis capsule, but I don't really want to even begin to imagine what Binary Helix would do with such a thing.
It's complicated. But that's it. That's all Jalan did, right?
Yes, he's been very insistent, and he's been leaving a lot of emails for me, and I've been telling him no and no and no.
Good. I had a talk with Nathan. He's open.
Wait, you talk... That must have been an awkward conversation.
It definitely was.
He's open. So... Nathan Callahan is open. Well... Okay, this is interesting news. We are so full of surprises today. Well, do you... What exactly did he say?
That maybe not now, but in the future, he'd be open to have something. And I said that our door's always open.
Well, do you want to... No pressure or anything? Do you want to invite him to dinner?
I was about to ask.